Joining us now from Los Angeles is actor Rodney Damon Collins with his reaction to the long-awaited deal. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us on this potential deal, getting ready to go back to work soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything is solidified and good to go. How are you feeling? Our Clayton Sandell just said that he spoke with a makeup artist yesterday, and they were elated. I could tell by the smile on your face. You probably are, too.
I am extremely happy. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I actually feel like a kid on Christmas morning right now, so I'm very excited.
Awesome.
We love to hear that, and this really did impact people's livelihoods, daily lives. You know, of course, when you think of actors, you think of, okay, the people in Marvel movies and the big A-list stars who are at the Academy Awards every year, but there's 160,000 people that are in the SAG-AFTRA union that are impacted by this, and some of them don't have millions of dollars sitting in their bank accounts. Will you really talk about the day-to-day, everyday impact that this lengthy strike had on your fellow actors? What did this mean for the people who are working in this industry every day, but maybe aren't on those blockbuster movies?
Well, we had to learn one important word: pivot, during the strike. So we used all our talents and different abilities to employ ourselves during this time so that we could allow ourselves to take care of our financial obligations while we stood arm in arm, locked with our brothers and sisters with the WGA and SAG-AFTRA, while we fought for a deal that would definitely benefit all of us. So we were definitely at times a little frustrated, you know, but ultimately it was something that was worthwhile. As you can tell, there's a lot of excitement in Hollywood as a result of this. It really tested our resolve. It really did. But I'm just excited because we would go out on the lines every day and holding each other up. But there were times, especially over the last week, when we could tell people were physically getting a little tired. Mm-hmm. But we would encourage each other. We would let each other know that, most importantly, that we've been doing this for over 100 days. So we got to hang in there. We got to stay connected. We got to continue to believe in the whole process. Our negotiating committee, we thank our president, Fran Drescher, everybody who are fighting for us. And it's an exciting time in Hollywood, and we're just ready to go.
Yeah, I can only imagine. We're ready to see those shows back. Mm-hmm. But artificial intelligence is something that we all are talking about now because we just don't know the dangers. There's some positives, of course, but how difficult was it for that to be one of the biggest sticking points for you guys? Because artificial intelligence is something that we don't necessarily know the evils. We don't know how positive it can be. We don't really know what is next. So when you're trying to negotiate that into contracts, I imagine that was pretty difficult because you don't know the capabilities just yet.
You are so right about that. It was very scary to hear about the studio's intentions with regard to artificial intelligence initially. And that's something that we wanted to make sure that with the use of it, we were not saying that, no, we don't want you to use it. We don't believe in it, because we know that it's a part of our culture. It's a part of society. It's a part of the economy. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. We were more concerned about the industry's intentions with regard to artificial intelligence and not phasing out actors. But if you use our likeness and image, just compensate us for the use of that. That's all. That was our request. And our request was to be upfront and honest about your intentions and not to have plans to eliminate us, because this is our livelihood.
Yeah, it's really, really going to be a kind of we don't know what we don't know situation. Exactly. And, you know, as of with the last strike 15 years ago, you know, the streaming stuff wasn't really part of the conversation until now. So it's really going to be interesting to see how the industry even evolves in the next few years. Mm-hmm. Will you talk a little bit about how you were able and some of your colleagues were able to survive being out of work for 118 days? You used the word pivot, but will you give us some examples of that pivoting and how people were able to make it? Because I think for a lot of Americans, they're like, how did people do this? I don't think I would be able to make it 118 days without having any money coming in.
Well, one thing actors have to be, we're entrepreneurs. Each actor is an individual business, so you have to use all of your gifts, all of your talents, and you have to learn to monetize those gifts, because there are times when an actor is not acting even when we're not striking. So how do you eat during that time? Well, I have contracts with various companies where I get the opportunity to go speak for them. I'm an author. I run a podcast, and I do some coaching from here and there. So I've used different parts of my talents to employ myself. So we were preparing even before the strike happened. The buzz was going around here in Hollywood for almost a year that we may be striking, and just to prepare for that. So that's one way that I did that. Several friends I know went into substitute teaching for a while, which they're very tired of that, trust me. One of my friends has had a quite funny incident in the classroom, which they said they know they don't need to be in the classroom.
There you go. You know, we've spoken to actors and makeup artists as well, too, that have said, you know, the pandemic, if that was one thing that kind of prepared them for this strike, was that pivoting, right, where you did have to kind of explore other options and always kind of have that plan B just in case. I mean, of course, you don't want another pandemic to happen, but you also don't want a 118-day strike to happen either. Rodney Damon Collins, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. We're looking forward to a deal solidified. That is, I'm still cautiously optimistic. My fingers are crossed for you guys. Thank you.
Alex and Lexi, thank you very much for having me. You guys have an incredible day, and let's go. Yeah. We got good content coming your way.
There we go.
Love it. We can't wait. Thank you so much.